control point is being captured.
Medic! Medic! Medic!
Alert. Our control point is being captured. We have secured the control point. Alert. The control point is being captured.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Yeah. I don't. Got my face to the ground, so. Oh. Okay.
Hello everyone. I've just jumped in briefly to do a little solo cast. I saw the stream and didn't realise anyone was casting, so I thought I'd just jump in for this this match. So let me just quickly get the teams up. Oh, mother monitor.
We have captured the control point.
Go.
This way.
So I'm not entirely sure what that team stands for, but we will. It looks like be so blue-eyed white dragons, in my opinion. They look like the the, on paper, better team here, and they're already a round up, which we missed off the back of a Campbell 4K. But red team do have the opportunity here to push into last. They are able to get the gun, but no kills. Trapping the points, will get a kill, but it looks like that heavy is going to come out and slowly push them out. So they're going to have to be very careful. Actually, their med does go down, so really not ideal for the side of second here. And they will get a full team wipe off the back of a 60 ad uber push, which is not ideal. And so now Blue Eyes White Dragon have full ad, and they're pushing into mid. They've denied 3 players as well on mid, so I would assume that, you know, you're not going to be able to stay, but let's see what they can do. Maybe to sort of get a force. Bombing lower, not able to connect anything, unfortunately. And they will be able to maintain their Uber and get middle. So now, second, looks like 70 dis. They might get for last, but they have to be so careful. No one has spotted Saw yet, and they do eventually, and they're able to back out. The Uber doesn't come out from Conflux quite yet, but Spillers has to be so careful, and they will get out. Blue hasn't kept the point yet, actually, so they don't have to worry about cap time just yet. They're only 70% to Uber though, so not ideal, essentially, and their med will go down. Unfortunately, Spillers are, you know, a little bit too danked on that one. Had to try and get the Uber, and it should just be an easy cap for Blue Eyes White Dragon, and they do eventually get it. So, yeah, pretty ideal so far. Looking good for Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I assume that they're going to probably be pretty dominant all game. So we'll just have to see how this goes. But on to mid, you never know. Second, we're able to get to the last before, so we'll just have to see how they run this mid. They do need to. Are they playing Banny config? So it's a standard config, and they should be able to hopefully squeeze something out. Conflux will go down to a really good bomb actually, and they've kept Bobo alive here on mid, and as long as they do keep him alive, there is an opportunity for a large push. Elmo bombing from lower, a good surf, but straight into the scout and soldier will inevitably get picked up, unfortunately, and now it is just a 2v2. Spillers is lower, but his demo man has decided he does not want to take this fight and will just trap source, so they do have that little trade lower, Trash and Spillers, and it looks like they're just going to be on second for now. So not ideal losing their medic on middle, especially when they got Conflux. They should have been a bit more aware of that, but at least it is, you know, only a little bit of disad. They won't have Uber yet, so ideally you can stop this dry fight lower instead of giving them so much space. But their combo is so far back that it's going to be really difficult to make anything happen here. And Spillers has decided to stay actually, and is pressuring a little bit. However, his medic is so weak, and he has to be careful. He will end up leaving lobby. The Ubers have kind of evened out a little bit better. Instead of 40 dis, it's only 20 now, so they should be able to get the Uber. We'll just have to see, so long as Spillers keeps grinding and their soldiers are able to block point. We'll have to see. Only 15 dis, the Uber will come out on the left for Blue Eyes White Dragon. Campbell bombing straight in onto the heavy. The heavy will go down and the cap time will come out, but are they able to block with Uber? They do, and the soldier bomb as well, great. They will pick up the player on point, which is very ideal. Kills are so important right now, and they are able to clean up the majority of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Still is just chasing down that scout on the left. Will inevitably go down with a nice handy arrow from Bobo there. So, capping the point with slight ad, not as much as you would expect, but honestly pretty well played from the side of second there. And they're walking lower. They're going to try and see if they can squeeze out a fight on mid here because of the player advantage with their scout respawning, but they're taking their time, and this is not ideal when you're trying to go off player ad because that spawner is already on mid and their players are weak, so they're going to have to try and opt to maybe try and play the slide ad, but no, they're straight in. Their player will actually go down or trade Saw there, and they're forced to go back because they're worried about that player in Saw and their scout is weak. Honestly, that situation didn't end as bad as I thought it was. They were able to live and keep their medic alive. Now, Spillers probably thinks this is a bit more ad than it actually is. The Uber will come out, and if he can get a lot of damage on the medic, he might be able to kill him. And he's chasing so far. Can he hit his shots? unable to just finish off that medic, and he will go down. They do create the space to get the 2 kills, capping the point, but they have to be careful with the Uber getting reused into lower. So, and it will force second to leave, and they will be getting chased by that Uber as well. So their demo man not quite prepared, will get caught out, but does get the Uber forced. However, the medic is still in on bats, and it's just getting ran down by 2 scouts. Will go down. So the collapse is going to have to be great here on second, but it won't be because their player is hiding in saw for a pack, and the other one has just spawned. So it's going to be really difficult to hold last. They've got their demo spawning in 2 seconds. He might be able to trap the point, but a missed shot on the sniper. A nice rocket by the soldier, but will be unable to get anything, and the cap time will be too great, and they will get their 3rd round. So, not a... I like the aggression from Spillers on mid, but after he died, they have to cut their losses. It was probably not the right decision to stay so deep into second, and maybe just consider the other team's Uber, but their mid overall, not too terrible. As long as they can try and keep their medic alive, they shouldn't have too many problems. So we'll have to see. Demonstrating spam, actually decent damage from Campbell. We'll win that spam war. And the soldier top right as well, spamming rockets down onto Spillers. A high bomb from second soldier, a nice rocket onto Conflux, but the scout will eat the direct and Conflux will live. However, they're two players down on second from a nice rocket from Elmo, and it will force them to leave, but thankfully their medic did survive. The bomb coming in from Trash gets a good rocket, but not quite the second. Elmo, looking to follow up by going in cheese, will decide it's not worth the risk and they can just get second for free here. So, and they will, Spiller's actually looking aggressive for the trade. He does, the Uber does come out and he will get the force thankfully, but it's just not good enough to be able to stay. They don't have the cap yet though, Blue Eyes White Dragon, but they have to be, so they have to be careful of a collapse from the player. But no, a trade in lobby puts the other soldier to 1 HP and Spillers trying to fight their demo. It's going to be so hard for them to get in, especially if they cap the point. They do cap, and now they're going to be open to back caps. They have to be so careful. A nice little trade in cheese on the left, but Conflux, Conflux did die to the pipe across the map, which is really ideal for the side of red here, but you know, they have to wait for their plays because they don't want to get back up. There's a player in lobby looking to lurk, trying to get maybe some kind of backup going. The time is aware of it. A nice fight will end up killing Campbell as well. Onto second. Spiller's going down. It does slow him down, but they do have the ad, so it's not terrible for second here, but pushing out a Snakewater last with only 70 ad, especially against such experienced players like Campbell, is so difficult, and they lose one lower as well, so it's just going to make it that much harder to push, and they just have to be careful. So personally, if I was in this position, I'm just looking to hold last, run down the clock, instead of trying to use this ad, and it looks like they're aware of that. They're getting the NG ad as well, so not the worst, but it does put a lot of pressure on them to, you know, hold last for so long.
Hey, Will's great casting up here now.
Oh, hello, Ghost. Damn, there you go.
I was in bed scrolling TikTok, but yeah, good casting.
So yeah, I was just doing a nice little solo cast, but now I guess Ghost will join me, so
I was
that's
in
great.
bed scrolling TikTok and I saw the 6 messages from Mitch, but Elmo going for a high bomb now and Lou's forced. The Met does get fourth here, and yeah, Blue Grad now for the side of Blue Eyes. I believe they're called White Dragons. Yeah, Blue Eyes White Dragon or something like that. From memory, I think that's what they're called. So ex-Exodia basically, but as I say that, we do have a soldier in lower, but he does get taken out, and yeah, 2 plays down, not ideal. However, at the same time, Blue Eyes White can just wait for the players to spawn Blue Grad spot off classes, and I think they probably, not sure if they saw the NG, but I think they're away, yeah, now they are.
Yeah, they're in, and time did go down behind them as well, so this should be honestly pretty free. The dead doesn't kill the scout, but he does live as, doesn't kill the scout, but he does lose a lot of HP for it. He will go back to the point, will get picked up by the soldiers, and the collapse is actually pretty good by second here, but they need to be so careful to try and keep Conflux alive, but the soldier locked goes to point and is unable to finish off the cap, and it will just be Conflux after Campbell gets cleaned up. So actually a surprising last hold by second there. I thought they would collapse miserably because of the players that were down. Maybe Blue Eyes White Dragon could have waited a little bit longer for their player to roll out instead of just immediately pushing last, but Very close last hold there.
They did nearly get the cap. I think one of the scouts just like basically ran towards the point just to try capping immediately, but then I think there was just 2 soldiers and they just really never died, and then obviously all of them clubbed on point. They all get taken out solo. Yeah, much you can do in that situation, but regardless though, Dury back on the second point here, Halber Elmo does get taken down in the process. Losing one player, not ideal. How do you see another trade coming out on the side? Oh, they make that 2 actually, make that 3, and that's, yeah, Blue Eyes recovering. Halber though, it's actually getting really scrappy with players going down everywhere. Halber, more in the favor of Blue Eyes, but HP not looking so good, especially on the angle there, and yeah. Okay, DJ, so we're just killing. Okay.
Yeah,
it
was
was coming up better for Blue Eyes White.
very interesting that Scout going lower, trying to see if he can sneak a cap in. Spilla's too aware of it and is able to pick him up. Probably not going to be able to push out just with the Scout pick. Nubers are fairly even, so they shouldn't have to worry. But yeah, interesting that they didn't win that fight. Elmo died so early, but they just gave them all the space that they wanted, and inevitably the collapse on Bats was too great, and they just lost the fight. It did go down to the wire, but that's not a fight that a team should be winning, especially if their player dies so early.
Very scrappy. It was not the cleanest fight. Alvaro and now coming up, coming up to the side of Blue Eyes White. I think they're just going to send Campbell through his left, which looks like it's the call. Soldier getting taken down in the process was really what you want to have, a Trash is weak. Both soldiers actually getting tagged incredibly Halber. Trash getting down, and that's Uber. It's crits, which they do manage to get. They only get 1 frag out of it, really, and however those 3 plays down, not ideal here. Going time past, and I think the call's just to leg it. So, only getting 1 frag to crits, Halvado, Uber, and now on the side of the second step.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Conflux will be stuck on crits now as well. So as long as Second are aware of the position, a nice bomb will get the force as the scout runs across the point off the back of Trash's bomb, but they will lose 3 for it. And again, it's a situation where they don't actually have Uber, like they just have crits, and as long as Second are aware of this, they can kind of like just stuff the doorways and make it really difficult for them to crits. So they're on 90%. It'll be interesting to see, I would assume, how Campbell will go about with this crits. But they're all sitting on the point, they're not really stuffing the doors, they have to be so careful. And the crits comes out, but he misses the sticky. Inevitably, Svillers will get picked up on the left there, but unfortunately, Campbell is not able to hit that juicy sticky for the 3 players on point, and 3 kills by the Demo Man on red here. So it actually turns the fight into an even player fight. No scouts on the side of red, but they will decide to go in. Bombing, double pipe by Campbell, shuts down that soldier. And another bomb by DJ Sorry will not be able to pick up the scout. Campbell shutting another soldier down, and it will force them to leave with their Uber ad.
I mean, the problem now is Conflux is still on crit, which is really not ideal. However, as I said, that Bobo getting tagged incredibly low, but is on that Uber, so I think they're just going to go aggressive. I mean, you got crits, you can't really kill players with Uber, obviously. But Conflux almost coming up to crits here, so it'll be interesting to see what the call is. As I said, that Bobo dies, so...
God. What a midi.
I didn't really see the... I didn't see the midi, because I was seeing what Blue Eyes would do, but yeah, crits out now for the side of Blue Eyes White Dragon, so never mind about the Uber.
Lachlan with an absolute spectacular midi, a little pencil surf, and will get the direct. They do have, like I said, they do have crits, and which obviously means pushing into last is a little bit harder. You know, you're not invulnerable walking through the doors, and both scouts have come up, so it'll be interesting to see how they're going to try and take this crits. Campbell starting to post up in lobby, Conflux with the beam on him, so I can only assume he's going to use the Uber. They have spotted where Campbell's going from. He's going to peek the demo spamming the pipes, but he's just able to swing so wide and gets that crit sticky off, killing the medic, and they're just walking in now.
That worked out actually in their favor. Nice little sticky onto the medic, which at least neutralized their heals. However, though, this push has actually not gone terribly well for the side of Blue Eyes. Conflux living, but he's still stuck on crits, so I feel like he's gonna be on crits for a while because he's living, which is good, but having crits not ideal if you're obviously trying to push in last. But obviously Campbell getting that sticky onto Bobo there kind of really helping, and they do have a slight ad here and now building, so I feel like they're gonna try go again with his crits. But I feel like Conflux at some point should just go back to Uber. Hopefully dies at some point here. Really. Yeah,
it's just really the problem with crits. And a big fight going on inside I saw there. A lot of trades just for Lachlan, so they're going to be player down for this, especially. And their medic's just 1 HP sitting in Saw, and it's just a matter of time before he dies to this crits. They have the crits. Campbell has the sticky. They use it, but a nice deny there. unfortunately, they will inevitably go down. 3 plays, and hopefully they're able to get this cap. There's no way they lose this, right? But the scout dies lower. They're going straight to point, and there's no one there to block it. He's just 1 HP trying, but they're not on the point capping. What are they doing? Okay, thankfully they capped towards the end there. That could have got hairy.
That part where they were all squished up under Cheese, sorry, and then obviously Medkit Conflux was just hovering over it. Like he knew, obviously he probably just called the medic as almost Uber, and then they just pulled it quick straight away. They all sort of like huddled down there, and you could tell Conflux was hovering over the medic, trying to see how much Uber he was on, especially with like his crossing and movement. But yeah, very dominant by Blue Eyes. Obviously, I didn't see the first 3 rounds, but yeah, it looks like it's gone, I guess, what people expected in this game.
Yep, and yeah, Conflux back onto the Uber on the mid here. Spam coming across, a bomb from Elmo straight onto the medic. A really nice surf actually, but the kill time on Elmo was way too slow, and he gets another rocket off. And now it's just the 2 scouts trying to scroll for something. Swilla's coming in behind. Can he pick anything up? And he won't, and it'll just be a wipe. So. Just not keeping track of the soldier there. Being able to bomb and then rocket jump into your medic after you bomb is just like, the kill time is way too slow. And it's Trash, straight into the spawn, denies the sniper, and he will also get the soldier without dying. They're 2 down, they don't have the cap yet, but those spawns are 14 seconds long. They won't get them for this last fight, and they have full ad. It would have to take a miracle. A bomb coming in from Trash, the med, nice surf, but he will go down actually, which is not ideal, but as long as they get kills here, a little bit of beef. Going to the point now, but their spawners have come in. A big collapse by the soldiers, and it looks like they're beast this last push, but Lachlan going straight to point, gets 1 rocket off, but isn't able to collect the other 2 soldiers and won't cap. So, a little bit of beef.
I mean, that... Blue Eyes definitely... yeah, I mean, you're right, a little bit of beef there. I mean, they literally, left 1 second, and then Campbell they were already locking down their spawns, but unfortunately, I think just the spawn waves didn't really play in their favor. And yeah, I mean, point almost got capped, but as you know, they backed out their Trash shot, it's getting taken down now, and at least, second Spentagon was able to hold onto that, obviously, for a couple more rounds, hopefully, but yeah, that got really close.
Look, it is the Banny config, and it is theoretically possible that they sweep 5-0, but losing your soldier there is not going to help you sweep 5-0, and Elmo is straight in with a bomb. We'll get a nice little rocket to pop up the medic, but isn't able to get anything else. But they can keep cooking. They have all this pressure through Saw. The demo's forced to go back, and Trash will be in low. Can he get a nice little rocket on time to kill him? He is able to kill him, actually, and will survive getting out. So that's a great pick. They can keep cooking the sacks now.
That's sort of conflict. I mean, it's pretty much... I feel like a trade is definitely... Okay, as I said, and then my Bobo gets taken out with 96% Uber, and yeah, full Uber out to the side of Conflux. But let's say if Conflux actually saw Bobo, I feel like they might have... Conflux was healing really well, and he had like pretty good advantage on Bobo, but as I say, it's full Uber out now. You basically got Scout coming up.
This would have to be a monumental beef to lose.
Yeah.
And the Uber does come out, and thankfully doesn't flash everyone on the point, and the cap will go down. Yeah, just not being aware of the fact that someone can come lower there. Like, their whole team is looking sore, and it's just backshot central. Like, there is no way your medic's going to survive if he's getting pincered by the team. So
yeah.
But with the logs coming up now, let's have a look who really had a dominant performance. I assume Campbell, and I am right. Campbell absolutely destroying. Like, how do you have a 2.2 KD on demo? That's crazy.
I'm looking at it now, and like, I mean, can't pronounce this. I'm gonna okay. Anyway, Syphilis. Like, to be honest, he's the only one who, like, just sort of just running in and killing stuff. Like, yeah, he did 25 kills, but I feel like those 25 kills, like, he's just running around. Like, he plays a very, how you say, I feel like it's just run and kill. It's like a, it's almost like a pug for him. He's the only player on the team that feels like it's, like, doing anything, but it's like, there's 25 kills.
I would partially agree with you that, like, Spillers has some good DM. The problem is he's kind of just like running his medic around without like any real coordination with the rest of his team.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we can see that Bobo had those 13 deaths to 6.
Yeah.
Now he did have some. There were some good Ubers that came out by him, but I think if he wants to win this game, he's going to have to sort of, you know, not be the DM rat that he is, and sort of work around his team a little bit more, coordinate some bombs, care about the flank, like that sort of thing. So.
It felt like it was just him versus the world, to be honest. It just almost felt like it was a 2v6, him plus his medic. Like, yeah, I agree with, like, you know, taking a demo in a few Ubers, or having, you know, some sort of form of team, like, you know, someone at least in your Uber instead of solo Uber. But overall, I think just very dominant by, like, you know, even Elmo and Trash doing really well on Soldier, like 21 for 22, 21 for 17. Like, both players doing really well. And Campbell, as you mentioned, having, what, 2.2 KD on demo? Like, Jesus Christ. So, like, that is...
Yeah, it's insane.
Good. Yeah,
insane. Yeah, and unless you're sheep, you cannot play without a team. Like you just need, you really do need the help. And as a combo scout, ideally it's your job to sort of wrangle your team into what you want them to do. But like I said, with Koth, I think Koth will suit Spillers a bit more, because you can play that like more solo combo scout, like DM crazy. And as long as your team is bombing, or like, you know, not just AFKing, like something will happen. Like you will be able to get kills off their damage. So I actually think that we might see second. It might be, honestly, it might be close. So we'll just have to see.
I mean, this thing is, though, you mentioned about what you call it, like calling and sort of wrangling your team and stuff, but I feel Koth is a little bit more. I feel like it does, you know, you still need a call bit, and I feel like a little bit more compared to your standard 5 CP and everything, and especially when you're going up against someone like Sam, who I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is the combo, or is it Brayden?
I think Brayden's the combo scout and Sam is the flank scout, yeah.
Like, despite Sam being the flank scout, and obviously not calling pretty much like as you normally do, he's got Brayden calling, but Sam, despite how experienced he is, he's able to probably assist Brayden in certain areas if he's struggling with anything, and I feel like if you put Syphilis on the flank on the Spentagon team, I think it benefits him better. But obviously him on combo, he has to, again, it is Bagel, and yes, it might benefit his playstyle, but still he needs to, like, I feel like you need more coordination on Bagel, especially these trades and how, like, you know, just the flanks in general, and calling your team when you want to bomb and everything, you know, sackways, whatever it be. But yeah, no, I do see this getting a little bit closer, but realistically speaking, I still see Blue Eyes taking it, to be honest, just due to how experienced you got Elmo, you got Campbell, you know, Sam. Like, I think the least experienced player on Blue Eyes would be Trash, but I don't think it would really matter, to be honest.
I don't think Trash is core, right? I thought it was Homer.
I
think Trash might be a merc, but look, Trash is still a very good soldier. So it's no surprise. But yeah, to have the rest of your players, Elmo, Sam, Campbell, like that's like 30 years of TF2 experience. Like
you pretty much have the retirement village on your team. Like,
basically. So it will be very hard for them to win. I'm not going to deny that, but I just do think that they have a pretty decent opportunity to work off the fact that their team is pretty DM heavy. Like a seconds team, like they do really have some good players. Like Mobloke is a good soldier. He's a Prem soldier. Like I said, with Spillers, Time is in and out of high end Prem. So it'll be interesting. I'm not quite sure who the other soldier is on their team.
On what, Spentagon, correct?
Yeah.
1 in 10. Let me have a gander. I have the
thing open. I would assume maybe
it
might be like
the thingy. No, Kaoski or whatever his name is. The thingy.
I see. But anyway, we're gonna quickly throw to a break just before we start Bagel, and we'll be back with all the action for this online qualifier. Spentagon could be kicked out, so you'll have to tune in to see. Welcome back, everyone. We are looking at the qualifier here. This could be the last game second Spentagon ever play, and they did accidentally not put in the config, so the game hasn't quite started just yet. It is just the DM, but yeah, second Spentagon on their last leg here, trying to stay in for the Oh, is the game live? Am I tripping?
Not yet, no. The
Oh,
config,
no.
They put the config in incorrectly.
So I thought so, and then
No, they put the config in incorrectly, and I think we're just waiting for them to ready up. But I think we mentioned earlier, like, yeah, this could benefit Spentagon a bit more because it is just, you know, go in, kill, DM sort of scenario for them. But however, I think Gullywash, just with their experience, I think they should still take it. Not convincingly, it could be close. But as I say that, we are going to the first round.
So we are going to the first round. I just heard my producer do a Joker laugh, so I don't know what that means, but we're going to find out. Campbell rolling out is a little bit faster than Fluoro, spamming stickies across the map. Fluoro taking a really aggressive stance here, actually trapping up, will inevitably dead, but he has a lot of space across the point here. The cap time not yet coming out though, so they will have to wait for that. Spamming across the point, trash bombing the right house, will get a lot of good damage onto Mobloke and doesn't quite pick him up, will go down. So they actually lose 2 players here, and they're going to be forced to sort of back out a little bit.
Yeah, and this is actually going in the favour of second Spentagon actually a lot better, and they're actually just forcing them out entirely. However, good thing is though, I mean, you know, both meds are living, so it is now just going to even out. However, though, really good aggression as well by Syphilis on the point. And obviously getting tanked there because Bagel is one of those maps where you tank the combo scout, just sort of edge point and get ready for trade. However, though, Blue Eyes are now exiting from their bottom right, and it is just even Ubers here. Boba getting tagged incredibly low, so he does have to play a little bit passive here, and I expect to see a trade soon on point, perhaps.
Yeah, Sam caught out though, a really great coordination by Mobloke. And Svilla's going for the trade, will be able to milk it longer, and he is going to take a lot of space because his Uber is that 20% better. Just looking around, no one is there to be caught, but he will. No one dies, and they have to kind of. Oh, well, time does die actually, and they're going to initiate a bomb from Mobloke, and he won't pick anything up, and it's going to force the combo to go out. Bobo's still in though, and he probably won't live, and King Big Nuts is able to pick him up, unfortunately. So Brayden is able to pick up the medic there, unfortunately. So a little bit sloppy from the medic and Spillers there to not be out while you're 3 down. Shouldn't be dying there, but they're going to have to play off dis-out now.
I mean, I feel like as well, Blue Eyes do now have point control, and they look like they are opting for a forward hold, which is the call here. But however, I feel like they should be now. They either choose to use it uber aggressively into them, or they just play defensively and they just sort of prepare for a sack wave. However, though, it is just going to be the forward hold, so nothing too crazy happening. They do have Uber, so they can either take an aggressive Uber or defensive here. However, though, Spentagon just holding back, they are building, so it's just going to even out here. And I feel like now it's either...
Nice rocket.
Ooh, that delays. Okay, so Devon gets taken out, so yeah. Even Ubers, and I think, yeah, we should expect a trade at some point. Yeah,
look, ideally you don't trade out of the forward spawn because it's so incredibly hard to get a force on their medic. So you probably want to try and take a little bit of space, either bottom right or just like straight bust through. So let's see if they can. Spillers is opting to be on the left here, and he will go out straight with a trade. They actually drop the soldier, and the force comes out from Conflux. So ideal on the side of second here, posting up on their plat, but they don't really have much of a collapse without their soldier. They have to be so careful. Spillers will inevitably go down, and Bobo in the thick of it, worried on the left house here, trying to fight the soldier, and will inevitably go down. They are able to get Conflux in that fight, thankfully, but they lose the fight.
Yeah, they recover, and I mean, the trade out was obviously initiated by the side of Spentagon, and obviously dropping trash there probably wasn't ideal. But however, though, winning the fight doesn't matter. You know, you won the fight, you still have the objective, and you know, you still have really good lead on time. However, Ubers though, basically even, and Spentagon now playing the point the objective here.
Yeah, look, maybe second could have been a bit more aggro because they had the better spawns. They were slightly slow, but there's a fight going in the right house here. Trade for the soldier for scout, so pretty ideal for Koth to only lose your soldier for a scout. But Conflux will go down to a nice bomb by Mobloke, and they just have to try and keep Bobo alive. He that rocket. The splash does not come out, but the demo in Campbell, Sticky, will get him down, and pipes the Fluoro as well. Fluoro has to be so careful. He is able to get out, but they're losing the fight somehow.
Yeah, I feel like it's just general coordination, because Conflux dies there, and I feel like the side of Spentagon should expect some sort of like play out of Blue Eyes just to go for the medic or go for some sort of like crazy play, but I mean, really good recovery by Blue Eyes, obviously losing Conflex so early and then catching Bobo as well, and now, yeah, they're pretty much 50 Ubrad basically. So again, opting for the forward hold, but as I say that, the side of Spentagon are busting out through their bottom right there, which they do manage to get through, and Syphilis edging the point.
Yeah, but they have to be so careful. They're on 80%, but a bomb coming in from Mobile. Get Complex to 1, and Spillers will follow up. He doesn't even die to Braden, so they're 2 down. Look, this is the point where they have to be like, oh my god, they're about to go for my medic, and they do. Trash with the bomb, able to pick up Bobo. They probably will win this side of the fight. Sam taking a nice fight will pick up time, but doesn't quite get Spillers. They don't have the cap yet. So, and ideally you're not denying your scout here, hopefully, and you actually do, so that's not great. You do have ad, but your scout is not going to be there for the fight, so you have to be, I would assume that Blue Eyes White Dragon is just going to go straight into this fight now.
I mean, Spentagon can't really lose this at all, but obviously, yeah, denying a scout there, so not ideal, and obviously even with ad, but as I say that, you're complexing a little bit of damage, but he should be okay here, yeah. So now just playing behind point, and I mean, they got time to play with, and then getting a fragment mode like definitely helped, and obviously KO's skill thing, sorry, getting taken down incredibly low, and yeah, they're already edging point here. Complex getting some nice healing. Yeah, so they do get the point here, however though, plays actually being kind of low, and yeah, frags with Blue Eyes, and I think they should be able to get this in a 3v6.
Yeah, really well played by Blue Eyes White Dragon, knowing that, you know, all they have to do is try and like slowly edge the point, and they inevitably will have to block it and run into Campbell's stickies and pipes. So he was able to pick up Fluoro there, and at that point, once your demo's dead and you're trying to keep the point, it's almost impossible. And they do get that quick round, so, well, not quick, but yeah, they do inevitably get that round.
Close as well. I mean, Spentagon put up a fight, but yeah, I mean, that fight obviously Spentagon can't obviously lose there. I mean, there was 10 seconds left for the side of Blue Eyes time, but as I said, yeah, new round. Campbell getting a little bit aggressive here, and actually, just to say, Elmer does take down Moblock in the air, so frag going in the favor of Blue Eyes first, and we do see Trash going for a high bomb. Can you get the medic? Nice rocket onto Bobo there.
Oh my god. A nice little pop-up from Elmo and Trash to finish off the medic. A crazy rocket. And Complex doesn't even die, so they have full ad. What a rocket.
Yeah, nice shot by Trash onto Bobo, and yeah, full Uber ad now, however. Yeah, looks like, I think we are gearing up. I think we're gearing up for a sack wave of some sort, and yeah, it looks like the side of Blue Eyes opt for the more passive hold, not holding the forwards here, and I feel like, yeah, here comes the sack wave.
Yeah, straight in. Demo doesn't get any damage. Moblock will get one rocket off, but isn't able to squeeze the other rocket off. That could have been another medic midi. Unfortunately, the rocket not coming out, and they will manage to keep the ad, but, you know, at the very least, it will even out, but they've drained a minute on the clock, so Spentagon on the back foot now.
I mean, Spentagon here, last time they initiated the trade, so I'm curious to see if they do choose to again. Obviously, Blue Eyes don't really have to do a whole lot, they can just wait for Spentagon to come to them, use Uber defensively. As I said, Uber does get popped out here. Immediate pop by Conflex here, having his try saver. Oh,
yeah, big trade, and Sphillers is able to kill Campbell in the trade. This is what I'm talking about. This aggressive DM from Sphillers can work out sometimes, and they should win this fight. They should get the cap. They just have to be aware of the sack wave after they cap the point. Sphillers shooting the right house. Time will be able to kill Trash on the flank, but Elmo going in with one rocket. Ooh, almost hits that direct, but thankfully their medic does survive, and they won't be at this disad, and now they can try and like shoot these players on the right, and Sphillers again with that aggressive DM going straight into lobby, and Campbell will go down as well off the damage of Sphillers, and he will pick up the medic. So an absolutely insane play, aggressive as you would expect from Sphillers.
I mean, he just sort of like sends it, not really cares. He just runs at the medic and obviously gets the frag, which is definitely ideal. And now Spentagon in the advantage here, and I believe I've actually... Okay, so I thought they were choosing before, sorry. Yeah, they're just going to play passive and play behind their point here. So I feel like they are probably predicting a sack wave, but as I say that though, Blue Eyes managed to bust out really easily without any sort of like contention by the side of second Spentagon, and Bobo does get forced, and yeah, Conflex.
Oh, a nice bomb from Moblock behind the whole combo, insane damage, and we'll be able to pick up 2, and Spillers finishing off the medic. Bobo also living, going in that main, that soldier, not able to find him at all, and a total wipe. Pretty interesting, Spillers running in the right house, getting forced by Elmo, but then Bobo with an insanely good bomb, able just to like collapse off. And whoa, their demo goes down, so the forward hold is going to be really difficult now.
And they're already just going for the bomb and trying to see if they can get another sort of pickle, get Complex Albedo, just fade away, and yeah, thingy game denied really heavily, having to get out there. Does make a big damage onto Sam there, however Sam does get taken down in the process, but does get traded out.
Yeah, look, Trash going down there is actually not ideal for Blue Eyes White Dragon, and time behind with crazy back shots. Will get the med low, but isn't able to finish anything off.
God,
Is doing a little damage.
Jesus! Oh my god!
The kill time on that scout was probably a little bit too slow. Thankfully, it wasn't a detriment, and Conflux didn't die, but they still don't have that ad, and the clock is dwindling, but Spillers knows this, and he's running in, trying to find something, but no one in lobby, thankfully. And it'll just even out now, so not too bad for Spentagon. They just have to drain the clock, see if they can get a force pipe spam. Conflux dodging it really well, actually. Hasn't taken a lick of damage, but now he does, and the force does come out early. Spillers was looking for a trade there, I suppose. His medic was so aggressive, but thankfully Conflux got that Uber out early, and it's just going to be even now. A big bomb coming down. Campbell will die to a stray pipe. Trash cleaning up time, and it is going to be a scrappy fight here. They need to get a pick if they want to try and win this fight. The soldier coming behind Trash, back shots. Bobo goes down, and Spiller's 1 HP will also go down to Trash as well.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Eyes managed to get to the point there in the last sort of couple seconds. Definitely helpful, and Conflux watching this soldier getting ready to surf, yeah, it's fine. He doesn't actually take any damage, which is good. And yeah, pretty much fully brad for the side of Blue Eyes, but however, though, they need to, yeah, they can't let Spentagon obviously cut the point here, otherwise Spentagon will take the round most likely. And with Uber, it does make it easier for them to hold on, and I think they're just going to use this defensively. I don't see them doing anything crazy or aggressive at all, but they do opt for the forward hold, which will be really good for this.
Yeah, look, they don't have to worry about them like, you know, baiting out a point play during the sack because they have those 14 seconds, but they do still have to be careful. It looks like they're gonna opt for a sack, and onto Conflux will get the force, a great triple sack there, and they are gonna lift Spillers is all the way out, grinding with his medic. Now this Uber has to be good. Like, you know, if they fuck up this Uber, they're probably gonna lose this round. And he spots Sam as well in the corner, and will pick him up thankfully. So no detriment. Bobo light, but traps above. Will they be able to spot him? And oh, Spillers does, thankfully. The bomb coming in does not get the force either. Balls are steals by Bobo, not to. And Elmo bombing in though. Will get a rocket off. Easy gonna get the other one. He gets the drop actually, and he has. So they've lost 3 players for it, but they do lose the Uber as well. And the thingy just feeding in there. So they will inevitably get the point, but they've denied 2 of their players, including their medic. And Conflux not close to Uber, but they still have the heals. Spiller's just running in by himself, will die. And, oh, it doesn't look like they're going to win this fight.
That was, yeah, Bobo getting taken down there, not ideal, and now Blue Eyes in full control with Blue Brad, and yeah, Spentagon just need to, you know, they need to come and edge point at some point, which they are now, and yeah, they could just use Uber defensively, and yeah, I think Blue Eyes shouldn't lose this round though. Yeah, Uber gets popped out.
They do need cap time, and they do get to the cap, but they lose all their players, and the Uber's still there just to mince everybody. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it was very close. I'm not quite sure why Bobo would try and milk there, especially on the corner. Like, you can't tell if the soldier's about to fire another rocket or not. Like, you can't judge what's going to happen. And dropping there is honestly really the only way you lose that. Like, and unfortunately that's exactly what happened, but they still, you know, they could get 3 rounds in a row. It is possible. They're up against the wall for whether they play these qualifiers or not, but they are able to get a trade for Soldier for Scout, ideal on Cop. The bomb coming in from Elmo will get good rockets off on the medic, but he won't go down. However, Trash again following up with a nice little direct and will kill the medic. So they've traded medics.
Yeah, but Blue Eyes do manage to get the first cap, but however, it's not going to hold on for very long. But yeah, as that sort of chaos is happening on the point there, I mean, you just see Time just legging it through the house, knowing that, you know, there's no one watching it on the side of Blue Eyes, and he just sort of goes behind and, you know, takes out Conflux there. However, though, obviously both men getting down, so, you know, it's not the end of the world. However, even plays now for both sides, and Spentagon actually with ad though, so this is. They are in a good position, and also with Cap as well, but as I say, that Campbell actually getting aggressive does take down Bobo straight away. I think he just ate stickies and just dropped entirely.
Yeah, a bit too far forward, I suppose. And now the sack trying to come out to get Conflux a lot of damage, but won't pick him up. They didn't really coordinate that sack terribly well either. It was kind of just one by one for the team to just absolutely mince them. And now again, they're back on the back foot. They did get a minute of time, but you're at full dis. You need to try and get a sack wave to get the force here, so they don't drain the clock too long.
I mean, yeah, Blue Eyes, I believe, opting out for. Not really a full, so they're just going to place it on point here. However, again, they have full Uberad. They do have Uberad, and as I said though, Sackwave coming, Conflux does spot it, and nice dodging. Oh, he does get the force in the end though. He does force in the end. Sorry, so unfortunate there. Almost had it, and.
Oh, but look at Trash and Lobby here, sitting close against the right corner, and Spillers has gone left every single time, so I wouldn't be surprised, but no, they opt to go right now, so Trash will not be able to get that kill, and he does get spotted out. Trap's killing Orbit though, and also the thingy going down as well. So they've lost four players before they even Uber, and it's just going to force them to leave, and this is going to dwindle the clock even longer.
I mean, they still have Uber ad, which is good, but then again, as you said, they have the clock dwindling down even further, not ideal, and yeah, Elmo looking for some sort of play, which he is going for the nice air shot onto time, does connect up to him, and Elmo actually managed to just get out there, waiting for the pack in lobby, and as I said, though, Ubers are going to be evening out shortly. So I do expect to see some sort of trade, and as I say that though, Silver's going really aggressive, and yeah, Uber's going to pop down both sides.
I mean, his Uber was honestly not that bad, but the thingy coming into it and getting picked up without a flash, so they're going to be one player down, and the player's collapsing on point. Trash going for the bomb is able to get another rocket up. He's still alive. And it looks like he's going to get a pickaxe kill as well. So, Trash having an absolute life game right now. Just middies, melee kills, living. It's just insane.
He's doing a good job to fill in for Homer. I believe he's just subbing or working forward. And as I said, Mobo getting taken down in the process there. And,
Elmo going through main as well. Picking up the Confiscat Fillers, and they're just all dying even before they go through the doorway. It's absolute destruction. Not only that, there's a minute left and they have 50 disad, so it's looking really grim for Spentagon right now. Campbell's setting up his traps on the left. Ideally, you don't want to lose any players in this Uber.
I can see some funny play happen. I can see him going. Are they going to go really aggressive here and using him as well? I hope not. Okay, yeah, so it looks like changing a plan. I saw Trash just hiding in that same spot, by the way, and then you see the Med and Brayden going for some sort of play, and a nice surf by Conflux back on the point, but they have so much time to play. If they have Uber, just let them come into it now and use it offensively. Yeah,
it's so odd. They go for a sack play, but they send two soldiers one by one. Like, ideally, you're either committing 4 together or you're just, like, walking out. But they do inevitably walk out despite having to wait, and they need cap time. So an instant... Oh, the traps as well will kill time. The trade does come out, so they're not going to have much cap time post this Uber, and a lot of flashes as well. So they're going to have to be so careful. Trash will go down, though, to Spillers, but the demo dying is not ideal when you're trying to cap the point. Spillers getting piped, but it will pick up Campbell. Does inevitably go down, and it's just the soldier on point right now. Time is rolling out. He does get there, but they need to get to the point. It's just time. Can he kill 3 players? He gets the scat, but he is not able to get anyone else, and it looks like Bobo will get cleaned up, and that will be that.
Yeah, and you got spawners coming out, and then they get descending it down. They need a touch point. I think it's 3-0 for the side of Blue Eyes, White Dragon. Rounds were close, to be honest, despite the 3-0 scoreline, but however, again, you mentioned coordination and these, like, I don't know, just general mistakes as well. I saw a lot of the time they're just sitting in lobby and they're about to push up, and they're all clumped up, and then just eat one spam rocket, and then like 3 of their players just get tagged down to a minute on 20 HP, and you know, there's not much they can do really in that scenario.
No, absolutely. I hate to say it, but yeah, it really was just a coordination diff. Like, whenever the few times the Conflux would die or get forced, they already had a plan. Like, they had their sacks out of the way, they were ready to go, and you know, they were just coordinated. But Spentagon sort of, you know, they'd send one player one by one, or someone would just randomly feed, and it just wasn't ideal. Now, looking at the logs, domination by Elmo, 26 and 14 with 400 DPM.
Elmo doing, Elmo having a great game. But even when you look at Braden obviously not having that many kills, but he was definitely, I feel like he's just contributing well with just calling and stuff. And then Sam obviously playing really, really well. But yeah, big highlight I think definitely would be Elmo, but also again Campbell. 2.6 KD on Camo.
Yeah, it needs a bigger KD than last time.
Jesus. But I just want to point out something as well. Despite, we mentioned as well how like sometimes Bobo playing quite forward for some reason and just eating a lot of damage. When you look at both medics, to be honest, they took a fair bit, but Bobo taking 213 adding damage sort of highlights what you mentioned about him playing forward or I don't know, like.
Yeah, it's interesting, definitely. I think there was a couple times that he probably shouldn't have died, but primarily he was kind of just like, he had the blindfold on and he was just following Spillers into their whole team. Like, you're gonna kind of expect your medic to
I mean,
to
you can tell
die
against
that much.
Spillers, 21 kills for 14 nerfs and 350. Like, he was just running and sending it, and you could
absolutely
again, as we said earlier, just a one-man army, him versus the world, and as well, I feel like Bobo as well ate just so much damage from Campbell, and especially Campbell using default pipes. I feel like that's where a lot of that damage came to, that 213 DT damage taken. Sorry.
Yeah, the default pipes are slippery. They kind of just like follow you around. But yeah, definitely not ideal, losing your medic that many times. And also so surprising, you typically think of Koth as like this scout dominant map, but I'm looking at the logs, it's literally the soldiers. Like, not only did Elmo do well, we saw some great highlights from Trash, like hitting some good middies, some nice bombs, and going positive with a lot of damage. So really great job from all their projectiles on the side of Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, I mean Trash is doing what he's needing to do. I mean, despite obviously having less kills than Elmo, but he's just the kills he's getting is all impactful, and especially just going on to Bobo, he's getting these important picks, especially the nice air shot as well, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. I better see that in a LAN highlights video. Yeah, that was a crazy shot.
I mean, one thing to highlight as well, I mean, despite having 250 damage, doing 250 damage, but I mean, him dying 23 times definitely not ideal, especially he's just sort of sending it, but I feel like at some points, they just sort of like, again, coordination, but also having to go for these sack plays and everything, like, I understand. But yeah, overall, just very good coordination and very dominant game from Blue Eyes. Obviously, few rounds close. I mean, you could say Spentagon, obviously, they did win the first mid-fight in the first round, but however, after, I think Blue Eyes just sort of had full control, even if you look at the kills and damage. The kills is a bit different, but the damage, it's a bit off, but also close. Like, it was, I feel like, back and forth, and mid-fight's 2-for-1, obviously, in Blue Eyes' favor. So, it was, I feel like, close game, despite the scoreline. Yeah. Blue Eyes played well, and I believe they are through to the next round or something? Okay.
Yep. So we're gonna look at the bracket now for the upcoming matches for the qualifiers, and I'm curious to see what's going on. So it looks like go Ghost.
I think out of the qualifiers, sorry, I was about to say, I think the people you expect to sort of qualify favorite, I think Ascension is one of them you mentioned, and I think Blue Eyes White is the other one. Obviously, sort of like former Exodia, I'd say. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it 2 teams that qualify? Or how many? Or 4 teams? 6 teams. Okay, so
6 from and 2 from the bottom. Yes, So, so does that mean that the team that just lost Spentagon, are they kicked out now? Is that okay? So they have another life basically. So okay, double a limb. Okay,
so they have a chance of making it possibly. I mean, okay, first of all, with the bracket, I'm just looking at the one on the stream. Not gonna lie. Why is every team just like? Why is everyone got long names? Because I just see BFWD, FHBT.
Everyone has some insane.
Some people put some very long names, but
I'm actually. What is FHGTE?
Give me a second. I have the lead page up now.
Fun having good
time enjoys. Jesus Christ, that is a long name, but Yeah, as mentioned
What?
earlier, so 6 teams in total qualified, and then 2 teams invited from last year. The teams that invited, obviously, you saw the post was that the Struck Mines team, and obviously BLG, obviously with the previous LAN winners. Bit of a, I feel like this LAN, just depending on what happens, I feel like it's going to be a bit different. Obviously, you don't have that Witness Gaming staff, team, joining for LAN, and then now you have BLG, which is more, I'd say, of a mixed team. You got 3 WG players who obviously won LAN last year, taking on Struck Mines, who obviously finished runner-up last year. So, it could be a close game, and it also could be an upset. Who knows? But obviously, we are yet to see what happens. Obviously, see which other 6 teams do join them, and obviously,
definitely be a good one.
We'll have more casters.
Yeah, definitely. It won't start off as no casters into 1 caster into 2 casters. Yep. So 6 PM tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for the qualifiers, and we'll see you then.
Yeah.